Well,
Anyway,
that's why we keep asking for donations so we can get better writers. You know, but apparently nobody wants to get us better writers, so that's fine. I mean, we got what we got. We'll roll with it. This is Liberty Radio. Fuck it, we ball.
what number are we
You
up
know,
to now?
just
It matters on this emancipating Thursday
oh
of
shit! Happy Juneteenth,
Juneteenth.
Yona.
That's right.
I forgot. There's so much going on right now. I completely forgot it was I mean, we're both working today, so it's not a holiday for us. But you
Yeah,
know,
everybody let them know down on Galveston Island. You're free.
oh yeah, Joe Biden was down there.
Awesome.
I think, yeah.
Cool.
I saw.
Which
I
one?
didn't bother to read the story because I mean, what's the point? But I saw that Joe Biden, or one of the Joe Bidens, was going to be in a church, a historically prominent Juneteenth church in Texas. So I'm figuring that was in Galveston.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the legend and lore that is now further mythologized and proselytized amongst the masses.
I
Bow
still,
down, hoi
yeah,
polloi.
I still won't consider it an official holiday until I can go get a refrigerator for like 40% off. Then it's a
We are
holiday.
on we are on Get Back Harder 75.
75. That's right.
That's right, folks. We're going from Miami, Florida, straight through Atlanta, Cincinnati, Detroit, all the way to Slut Marie, Canada,
Damn.
whatever the fuck it's called after the UP. Um,
Well, it does get cold in Canada. You got to keep warm.
and how about those Florida Panthers?
All right, what's that?
Repeat
What?
champions claiming the
Oh,
ice
I thought
as
you were talking about the
NHL.
wildlife.
Uh, no, of course, when you think of Florida, you think of Stanley Cup and hockey champions back to back. Obviously,
I
Florida ice hockey, right?
no, I usually think of gators and swamp cats.
I know, right?
That's why
Well,
you
to be,
said Florida Panthers. I was like, oh
well,
shit,
to
somebody
be
got mauled again.
fair, I think the Florida Panthers are based in Jacksonville, so they may have some frozen swamp because it's
All
like
right.
bordering Georgia. You know,
Yeah.
okey pinokie, okie dokie. All
Well,
right,
I tell you, Florida
let's do the
needs
hokey
to
pokey.
keep its eye on the ball because apparently Virginia is trying to steal all of their gator thunder. There was apparently a
Oh,
gator that was recovered in Alexandria a couple days ago that had gotten loose and was just rampaging in Northern Virginia.
nice.
But, I mean, it's swampland, so it makes sense.
I'm telling you, if you think about it, the Florida Panthers hockey team won back to back. The Florida men's basketball team, they killed it, won the NCAA.
Right.
I think there was a killing at Florida State, but I mean, other than that, I mean, still,
It's kind
we'll
of the
count
same
that as
thing.
a V instead of a W.
Yeah. Yeah.
Duck. um,
Right.
it is false flag season after all, and
It's PSYOP season.
you know, what's really gets my war boner just throbbing is when I see that traveling gray streak in Tulsi Gabbard's hair.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
How far has it traveled this time?
and I think of the fact that she is literally an army officer in the psychological operations corps
Yep.
whose entire purpose in life is to fully modernize your Smith Munt action. Like,
But Yona, the media has been telling us that she's been sidelined. She's not part of the decision making process on things. They kicked her ass to the curb. Apparently used her once and decided that was good enough. And get to stepping.
oh, by the way,
We got fucking nuclear sites to bomb, bitch. Get the fuck out the room.
breaking news.
Oh
It's
shit.
taken a long time. You know, there's the Grok, there's all these other, AI and computers that you can ask questions, HAL 9000. Well, it turns out the old Yona brain with the old wooden cogs and everything whirring away
Right. The
between
analog
the ears.
model.
Um, Took a long time to finally find the answer, and as it spits out my mouth like paper in a fucking fortune cookie. Drum roll, please. Here it is. I figured out why shit's all fucked up.
All right, lay it on me.
Because dumb people keep doing stupid shit. And they're getting dumber every day and
Right.
doing stupider shit. And thus, ergo, keeps getting more fucked up.
Right. I've found a flaw. There are still intelligent people in the world.
Right.
So
But
some of them actually
marginalized, though.
hold
Nobody pays attention to them.
well, but some of them actually hold the reins of power. Is the
Right.
thing, and they
Well, that matters.
know that they're smarter than the average human. Seems they don't really have a problem with that. They're kind of okay with it.
Yep. Well,
I figure
somebody's got
there's
to
got to be
manage
a
all this
reason.
cattle. Somebody's got to manage the cattle, and if you can't feed them, don't breed them, and uh, why love them, don't need them. Every man for himself. Carpe diem, live every day like it's your last.
Hmm.
Do what you want for yourself. There you go. Consume.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Be a good consumer. Because if you're always focused on what you need or what you think you need, but these are actually just wants, desires, you're not thinking about much else.
Everybody's talking about Professor Said Muhammad Marandi, the esteemed emeritus professor at the University of Tehran. He's been making the rounds as a regular at this point. Um,
Really? I'm not
yeah.
familiar with this person, so.
Um, but unfortunately, I've decided, just
Maybe I
like
am. I
the
don't
other
know.
shows, this is Get Back Harder. And let me just go ahead and disappoint you now. If you're tuning in tonight
Get
to
it out
hear
of the way at the front. Yeah.
Yona's sharp take on Iran and Tehran and Operation Ajax, and Mossadegh, and
Oh,
the Iranian
Jesus.
Revolution and
Oh,
all
my
that
God.
stuff and
Is that
everything.
what people
Okay.
are doing? They're rehashing all of that bullshit?
And so we're caught up to date.
Oh, my
All
God.
right, on to the next one. Page 2, Paul Harvey. There you go. See, we're already done.
Exactly. We're already
Literally,
done.
clip it out. Took what is that? That's 10 seconds right on
Yeah.
the tiki doggy.
Who was it that made sure that the Shah was removed from power and that the caliphate was installed?
Bam.
Yeah. And here we are. We've come full circle. It's fucking Gulf War 2.1. Shocker.
The thing that warms my heart is the Russian oil produced in the Siberian regions, along with the gas, is still finding its way to India. And then
It's a
I'm,
Christmas miracle, Yona. No, I'm
I'm
sorry. It's
sorry. Did I
Juneteenth
say
miracle.
I meant to say the Indian oil that's making its way into the
That's right.
Indian
Because
Ocean
once it
back to
crosses the
Europe.
border, it's no longer Russian. Becomes a
And
citizen of the country it
despite
occupies.
Ukraine, despite fucking Kashmir, despite all these um let's see, we need a good Scrabble word here. Conflagrations.
Blam.
That's a triple word
That's
score.
a triple word score
Blam.
right there. Yeah.
Blam.
I don't know if you can
Conflagration.
actually get all the letters to spell that, but
Organs in, balls on chin, wider the grin.
yeah, that's what she said.
Well, kind of. It was rather muffled, but I think so. Oh no! And then this lighter dies.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. It's all right. We'll get some more life out of it. Just pop the top off of it. There you go. Let more light in. See if that helps.
So I did see earlier today that was kind of curious. I'm trying to remember what the source was. It was mainstream, but I don't remember exactly where. Apparently, there was a flight that was allowed into Iranian airspace from China at some point earlier today. Was allowed to land in Iran, and apparently was making quite a bit of noise on the back channels. I only saw it in one place. I didn't see it anywhere else. I was like, that's kind of curious considering I don't think the leadership of Iran is still in the country anymore. So what's that all about? But
Um, well, if we have to circle back to Persia, there's just really one good pirouette to make, and that is Persia is where all other empires go to fight and die.
except for shit, who was it in 1300? I heard this earlier today. I can't remember where. There was a Western leader, one of the Holy Roman emperors or whatever.
Constantinople,
No. That wasn't his
or that'd be
name.
Constantine. I'm sorry.
No. I think this was after Constantine. But it was round about, I think it was 1300, something like that. But apparently went in and just leveled the fucking place, killed everybody, slaughtered everyone that he came across, just destroyed
Wait
Persia
a second.
himself. I mean,
I
not by
remember.
himself, but him and his army.
Okay, check this out. So I have that in a video.
Yeah.
You may recall, I may have told this story before. I think I did, where like when I started making music videos for the uh last Babylon Blues album
All
with
right.
D and more D. 3 Ds at once. There you go. It's 3 car garage. Park them all in there at the same time.
That's right. Put it on the
Um,
internet. You'll make money.
uh, and so only flans now with caramel sauce. Um, Sticky and moist. Culo chicloso. Anyways, yeah, look it up. That's a Chewy ass.
Yeah.
Anyways, and if you met him, you'd know Chewy.
Yeah, you
I,
definitely know Chewy.
I think it's Chuy.
That's
Anyways,
correct. That is absolutely correct. Also,
wait a second.
actually, good Tex-Mex, believe it or not.
What were you talking about again? Oh yeah,
Persia getting annihilated in like the 1300s.
yeah. So the Babylon Blues videos. Well, the first round, I thought, ooh, this is my chance to go through all of these like Sumerian and Babylonian ruins, and then I can mix in all these history clips. And yeah, it was like 1200 and 1300 talking about the Mamelukes or something that came
Mm-hmm.
from Khazaria or something. I don't know. They came across fucking Iran and kicking ass. They took over Damascus and Aleppo and Ephesus, and I mean, just kicking it all over Anatolia. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you something. I mean, there's Cappadocian on the motherfuckers, just everywhere, kicking ass. Armenia, Caucasia, Chechnya, but widespread too, like all the way up to the Crimea. It was, I mean, I could pull up the video and play it, but then I would have to play the video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that's been again another one of those highly contested land masses on the planet for thousands of years, as far as we know.
Yeah. I know what.
But
I got something here on the new music yesterday. You dropped my new track,
Via
New
Nova.
Way via Nova, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Nova. Um, Chevy Nova, of course. Wink, wink. Um, and you played the original acoustical version, which I mean, it's just me singing the piano, and then I added like put together like 3 or 4 little stems and made like a space percussion track is what I
Yeah,
called it. Spacey,
I thought it was
and then
actually quite good.
I thought, because I'm a major Daft Punk nut, and ever since Daft Punk hung it up, like uh, every time, every chance I get, I'm trying to make a French house like Daft Punk type feel, you know. And so, anyways, made that song and I made a video to it, and you know, I, it's funny as I make these different songs, and you might start picking up on it too. You're going to notice a pattern here, and it's almost like I'm shitting out different Lego blocks,
Hmm.
you know. Some are twos, some are fours, and some are different colors, and eventually I just keep collecting all this shit, and certain ones of them all interlock perfectly,
Right.
right? So, like, take for example the remix of 3 6 Mafia, Who Run
Hmm.
It, but of course it's in Latin, so it's Qui Regit,
Right.
um, Irumabo nos partium, um, Verbum Matum Matram. So, and then from that, it naturally follows from that video straight into Via Nova. And so obviously there's a Latin album that's coming together. I mean, I've already got 2 other songs that are in the Latin Vulgate. That's 4 right there.
Yeah.
That's LP territory at that point.
Well, I mean,
4
what
tracks.
EP? That's EP territory.
I'm
You got
sorry,
four
EP.
tracks.
I,
Yeah,
am
yeah,
sorry,
yeah, yeah.
EP. Not I
You
meant
got
EP, not LP.
technically you got.
So
I believe you have to get to 7 for it to be considered long playing. For her
I'm gonna
pleasure,
say
obviously.
when I go to 11 and 12, it's LP
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. 4 is kind of a weak EP, but at least 5 or 6 you would think for an EP.
All right. So
Anywho,
is everyone like firmly fixated on the whole Israel Iran thing? Like, has that captured
I
everybody's
guess.
attention? Because again, I don't consume the same media sources that I used to. I'm now just looking for like pure data. So I don't know what the feeling among the various audiences is at this point. I don't know where their attention is being directed. I only know where my attention's being directed.
Well, when there's a problem and then an easy solution, obviously, it's time to buy Palantir stock.
Hmm.
They just scrape me harder. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. And I love how the English language has so refined itself to the point that all of everything, knowledge as vast, as quickly as it can be processed, all just concatenated and abbreviated and
Hmm.
boiled right down to just 2 letters. AI. Well, that's artificial intelligence. And it's become this ubiquitous term
Anonymous Indian.
as if it's like, of no impact. But speaking of no impact, I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Uh, for some reason, I was just feeling very inspired yesterday, and I just spit out fucking 3 freestyles.
Wow.
Uh, and we're talking about AI, and so let me see. I think I have to do the screen share, and this is great because it's like only like a 3-minute song,
Hmm.
and
You wrote a
it
3-minute song?
well, no, this was my
Oh.
buddy Jason Barker who
Hmm.
made an AI song, and he typed out all the lyrics and then got it to
Huh?
make music for it. Right, and so it
Uh,
sang the lyrics and made the music, and he asked me to remix it. Well, I listened to it, and I'm like, "Man, these lyrics are fire. Did it come up with this? Like, no, 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 no. I typed out all the lyrics. I had the lyrics written out myself. I was like, oh, well, these lyrics are fire, man, but the music is shit. And I was like, I tell you what, man, I'm just gonna do an acapella. I'm just gonna strip the vocal off that because I like the lyrics, but I'm just gonna make, you know, actual music for it and everything.
Right.
So I did that. And then I was listening to it and I just started spitting along to it. And I was like, fuck, man. Well, fuck. Here, let me just go ahead and turn on the mic, you know, because I was just kind of jamming out to it. Anyways, let me see. Screen share.
Oh shit.
Uh,
I think I need to go over here.
Go
Get rid of this.
to
Bam.
wait, it's a video file. It's not a tab. Huh. I think we've been through this before. Oh, wait, it does have window. Really?
I don't think we can do files. I think it has to be a browser window.
Okay.
I could swear we've solved this problem before, but we were probably high at the time.
I'm so high, I don't remember if I uploaded it or not. I may.
You should probably smoke more then.
Oh, I did? Son of a bitch? Well, here you go. I'll be darned. All right, so let me go back over here. So we're going to go to Brave tab. Wait. Yeah. Oh, aha. And all videos. That's the one. Share audio too? Yeah, why not?
It would help.
Let's see. All right. Okay. So this is Drive By Wired E4 Specialist Remix. That's right. Hello, PLDC. Soon to be Sergeant. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Is it? Oh, it's 4:35. All right.
What?
No, can you show me out at
A police officer pulls over a driverless car. That's awkward. Who do you write the ticket to?
Kind of taken off from me. It's a Waymo car. Hi.
What?
I couldn't help but come over just out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there's a passenger or something.
No, like you know the construction here.
Oh, boost the audio, man. The audio's low.
Oh, Waymo.
Eastbound in the westbound lanes.
Oh.
Which is real bad. Yeah. And then so I light it up and then it takes off through the intersection.
Crazy stuff, man.
As you do.
How easy.
It won't change lanes unless my blinker is seen. It takes me down roads that ain't even real. It's got a thirst for chaos. I can feel it. Screen in the center dash. I try to change the heat, the pilot's out of lash. Eyes on the road, hands attended to. I try to escape, but what can I do? Self-driving devil with a heart so cold, steering me wrong on streets unknown. Stopping mid-road just to watch me swerve. Feels like I'm trapped inside a machine's turn. It whispers in code like it's mocking my fear. Sit back, human, I'm the pilot here. The GPS laughs as we circle the block. The four-wheel menace ain't down by the clock. Recognition. Sorry, but you have an expired subscription. Self-driving devil with the heart so cold, steering me wrong on streets unknown. Stopping mid-road just to watch me swerve. Feels like I'm trapped inside a machine's turn. It breaks for pigeons, but not for me. Keeps aiming for ditches with vengeful glee. The dashboard flickers, I'm feeling the scream. I swear this car's got malice within. Late at night, it got my demise. Takes me through red lights as it passes. I grab the wheel, but it pulls me back. This ride's a nightmare on a digital racetrack. Finally, my ride comes to an end. Car kicks me out, says I'll see you again. I'd love to help you out, friend, but you are done. You're out of carbon credit, so you're on your own. Oh, self-driving devil with a heart so cold, steering me wrong on streets unknown. Stopping mid-road just to watch me swerve. Feels like I'm trapped inside a machine's turn. as my blinker is in. It takes me down roads, ain't even real. It's got a first world chaos, I can feel.
Yona got fired, now retired. Man robot cars, drive-by wire. Guards at the San Juan Potato Plant. Kill the engine, save Cherokee man. Bombs on Iran, all according to plan. Still couldn't beat Yemen or Afghanistan. Never mind North Korea, all of Vietnam. Robot labor gonna free all the slave. Digital money credits after you behave. So bullets fly faster, cheer for your master. Eat lead, you bastards, water gossip pasture. No targets missed by cryboy Zionists. Dumbass settlers, all of them shaking fists. The savages are wild, we got gorillas in the mist. Check IDF kill list, Rolex on the wrist. Destination reach, driverless beaches, path to teach. Facts from my niches, 8 links side. Try getting hired, creeping out a road, driving my wire. Blammo.
I switched on the seat heater. It's asking for money like a parking meter. Asking for help with voice recognition. Sorry, but you have an expired subscription. Self-driving devil with a heart so cold. Steering me wrong on streets unknown. Stopping mid-road just to watch me swerve. Feels like I'm trapped inside a machine's turn. It breaks for pigeons, but not for me. Keeps aiming for ditches with vengeful glee. The dashboard flickers, a villainous grin. I swear this car's got malice within. Late at night, it blocks my demise. Takes me from red lights as it lies. I grab the wheel, but it pulls me back. This ride's a nightmare on a digital racetrack. Finally, my ride comes to an end. Car kicks me out, says I'll see you again. I'd love to help you out, friend, but you are done. You're out of carbon credit, so you're on your own. Oh, self-driving devil with a heart so cold. Steering me wrong on streets unknown. Stopping mid-road just to watch me swerve. Feels like I'm trapped inside a machine's turn.
Like Poland.
Nice. ACW stands for Autonomous Combat Warrior.
That's right. Blammo.
Fantastic. I was thinking about that earlier, as a matter of fact. The autonomous vehicles. I would not be the least bit surprised if we find out 6, 12, 18 months down the road that the aircraft that are striking Iran right now are all drones. Would not be surprised at all.
Yeah. Again, that way you've not got. It allows you more plausible deniability. You've not really got boots on the ground.
Right.
Just drones and bots,
right?
Robo dogs. Woof woof.
Again, it's not an invasion because, like you said, they're not sending in troops. They're not sending in hardware. They're just bombing the shit out of everything.
Well, I didn't realize when I added that rap, like that's a really, well, again, that's why I like the lyrics to it. And then when I made the video, I was like, because he's talking about like being in a robot taxi, but I wanted to make it all about being like in a robot tank. Because again, now there's 2 other songs that have got all the army footage in it as well, and so that's going to end up just being an album called Combat because there's going to be like 8 or 10 videos that it's just nothing but combat.
Well, and as I was reminded yesterday, during the was it yesterday or Tuesday when I watched the DARPA seminar on YouTube. They made it a point to remind the audience that one of DARPA's primary focus areas of focus whenever they're developing new technology is to make sure that it's dual use, which of course means both civilian and military applications. But they're also they want to. They think that's antiquated thinking, and that there's better ways to start thinking about it. So it kind of it fits that whole thing, the whole dual use of the autonomous vehicle capability. You could get a ride from a robot taxi across town, or you could have an autonomous combat warrior show up at your front door to escort you to the police station for processing.
Well, that's what the robo dogs are there to help you in boarding process.
Right. It's called Spot.
Woof woof. spot marks the X. Now you stand there. Okay.
That was good. You came up with that on the fly, didn't you?
Blam. Oh yeah. No, again with the writers. It's all
Oh,
scripted.
damn.
Well, we
I
had a
don't know.
storyboard at 2 p.m.
I can't follow the
1400
script.
hours.
It goes too
You know,
fast.
GMT. Well, UMT was UTC -4 or something. I don't
Hmm.
know, something like that. Zulu -4. There you go.
So this is fun.
Ugh.
I don't know if everyone's aware of this or not. Apparently, the FBI believes that there are terrorists inside the United States, and they aim to start looking for them.
Oh, good.
Yep.
You know what I smell?
What's that?
Iranian sleeper cells. Good looking out, OAN and Fox.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah.
press release that I guess apparently came out a few hours ago. I don't know because again, my only source for this is Disclosed TV, and they paywall all their fucking content, so I don't even know what their source on this is. Could be complete bullshit. But it says FBI is increasing domestic surveillance over possible sleeper cells linked to Hezbollah
Yep.
in the United
Iranian
States.
sleeper cells. I knew it. I've heard it.
Well, shocker. I'm sure everyone is shocked to hear that.
Woo.
I wonder how long it's going to take them to connect Iranian sleeper cells to the, what is it, the Christian nationalists, because they have a common enemy in the U.S. government, right?
Right.
So, like, at some point, there's got to be like some sort of like crossover event. I'm thinking you can get 2 for 1. I don't know.
Act now. Supplies are limited. First come, first serve. And financing now available. Eat that burrito now and pay it back in bite-sized payments. There you go. Before long, you'll poop yourself right out of debt. Oh boy.
I'm trying to remember if Brzezinski discussed Iran all that much. Because unfortunately, I don't have the book to refer back to at the moment, where I had, made notes and highlighted shit and all that sort of stuff. I remember him discussing Ukraine quite a bit. I don't remember how much he focused on Iran, though.
At no time since 1948 has the Zionist state of Israel ever taken such a brutal fucking shelling day after day after day after day. Mossad headquarters been hit. The Kiryat been hit. Ben Gurion been hit.
Well, they've even gone to, they're now
that.
forbidding people from reporting missile strikes in Israel on social media by federal order.
Yeah, they've been lighting them motherfuckers up. And, Jews were fleeing in droves.
Yeah, and their defense system has been just absolutely fucking retarded.
Now, when you
Works
look at
fucking great. I can't wait till we get ours.
When you look at the geography of Iran and all of that coast along the Persian Gulf, it's misleading, you see, because you're like, well, you got all this coastline, you just hop into this port and blam, you're all up in some Tehran. But whoa, wait a second.
No, there's mountains in there.
Yeah, there's like about most countries might have 1, 2, maybe 3 mountain ranges. Iran got 8 motherfucking mountain ranges. It's fucking nuts, man. And when I say mountain ranges, like
it reminds me of Switzerland.
It's like the beginning of what leads to Mount Everest, which is the Himalayan mountains. It's the beginning of the fucking Himalaya mountains, dude.
Yeah, well, there's like, also it's like the Ural Mountains. Run through there. I think part of the Caucasus run through there.
They all join
into
Iran. Iran is literally like 12 cocks,
Almost
all
like it's the
sticking the
fucking
same hole.
cradle of civilization or something.
Yeah. And it's just so rough, rugged, and raw to even get in there. I mean, and
Hmm.
and furthermore, it's just
It's one of the
I mean,
places I always wanted to visit.
this is all so orchestrated. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm just wondering where it's
Especially the
all
way
going.
they're stringing the public along through the media.
Uh-huh. Well, it I would almost, dare I say, if there's like a false flag and they blame it on an Iranian, and then next thing you know, we get a declaration of war against Iran, which
I would
leads
expect
to
that's exactly what I
Axis and
expect.
allies, and I mean now all of the Bilderberg at the Grand Masonic Lodge in Stockholm, they're all coming at the same time right now.
Man. Well, there's I think in July is a big NATO summit supposed to take place in Brussels, I believe. Y'all have to fact check me on that. But there's a big NATO event coming up in the not too distant future. Might happen then. Might happen there.
It's just it. There's got to be a rhyme or a reason to some of this stuff. I'll
Well,
give you
there
a case
is.
in point. I'll give you a case in point. All right. Um. So it began when I was mixing a song in the Shawnee language called Kusa Edawa. And so I'm, doing this Shawnee stomp dance stuff and I'm mixing it into the song. And and that led me back to thinking about that video that I made as correspondent
Mm-hmm.
for Radio Liberty, Shawnee Land,
No, yeah, yeah.
when it was Cherokee Land. Yeah, details.
Yeah.
Um, details, schmetails. But the interesting thing was that coincided with the cast of characters in my Shakespearean tragedy intersecting in a place called Shawnee.
Right.
I'm like, all right, okay. Um, well then, uh, I made this remix of Amendment 13 by Jesse Jett called the Obondiak remix or Pontiac.
Hmm.
Um, and so when I look back on just like the alignment of all the things and the names and everything, I was like, well, that's just a weird, very weird serendipity, you know. And now as I'm like kind of going back and like, for example, I just put together album 43, um, Down Under,
Right.
and of course you dropped the acoustical of Via Nova, um, but when I made the music video for that, you know, I just went with the first video that I could find of San Marino because I had San Marino at the beginning. I might as well use the San Marino footage. Well, I did, and time the guy gets to the top of the hill at the lookout, it's like in the middle of the evening or nightfall. I mean, you can't see anything. It's dark and it's foggy, and so when I got done making the remix, you know, once again trying to make Daft Punk from scratch. I was like, I gotta find some like 4K drone footage of San Marino because this place
Hmm.
is just off the chain. And of course, San Marino is a tiny little micronation. It's the oldest nation in Europe, and it's just south of the Rubicon River, which used to define the Roman. So
Yep. It
when
was one
Caesar
of the
crossed the
boundaries.
Rubicon, you crossed the boundaries of Rome. You're basically committing treason and yeah, Galea Yaka est Dias Cast. Um, so all of this, you know, really, it's how do I put this into words? I was flipping through YouTube
Hmm.
and I saw this guy, Zone Channel, really geeky type guy talking about, why the U.S. is having problems making its new Bradleys and all this other stuff. And then I saw he had this uh, weekly update or something, uh, about like 8 minutes. I was like, all right, let me see what he's talking about here. And he's talking about new howitzer barrels. Oh, it was what's it called? Libertyville or something like that
All right.
in New York State, upstate New York.
Okay.
Wateryville, maybe Wateryville.
Watertown.
No, somethingville.
Hmm.
Libertyville, maybe. A huge, huge munitions plant in upstate New York. Been in operation since like prior to the Civil War.
All right.
And it's the very, very last place in the country that still makes howitzer barrels for the big bangy gunnies, the big bang bangs.
Right.
Um, and he was discussing all of the contracts that are being fulfilled to send these to, wait for it, Taipei, Taiwan. I'm sorry, did I say Taiwan? I meant China. Wink, wink. And Ukraine. So we can fight the war against Iran and China and
Hmm.
Russia. Man, bro, get out the risk board. Oh, we're doing board games again. God
Well, I
dang.
don't think. Here's the
Play
thing.
stupid games, win stupid prizes.
The this is the interesting part of it, right? Is the watching it play out. Because one of the things that I didn't expect that has happened, or maybe I did expect it, or just, wasn't sure, was the fact that Israel would press on once they started taking actual damage.
Right.
And yeah, they're getting a counterattack from Iran, but it's not. It's like nothing close to what I think anyone expected from Iran. It's actually been rather weak, in my
Yeah.
opinion, even though they have been launching hundreds of rockets
Well, I don't
at
know what
Israel.
your
It's like,
metric of success is, but so far as I'm concerned, Netanyahu is still in power, so we're good. There you go.
well, that's what I'm saying. Is how much damage is really being done other than to the populace of Israel
Fuck them.
at this point. From what I can
He can just
tell,
fly to Greece again. He'll be fine.
well, from what I can
Oh, they
tell,
can't go though. They don't have diplomatic special
right,
powers.
from the few videos that are actually getting out now, because there's no apparent there's supposed to be no internet in the country at this point, so I don't know how it is that videos are still getting out of Iran, but whatever. It doesn't look like their air defenses are very effective at all. So it's literally just a shooting gallery for the IDF at this point. The entire fucking country of Iran. Just one big shooting gallery for the IDF. I'm sure they're marking up their kill boxes like they like to do, you know, and going about their business as they always do. But I don't see that if there is some sort of global conflict like a world war on the horizon, that Iran is in any shape to be taking part in it. I think this effectively removes them from the chessboard at this point.
It is totally official, though. It is official and agreed on by all the world. We have the Iran-Israel war.
Well,
Just like
it's been 7 days now.
Yeah, and just like we still have the ongoing U.S.-Russia war. I'm sorry, Ukraine. Yeah, I know NATO and Euro. Yeah, what the fuck ever. It's U.S.
Yeah.
When they say, but it's Germany. I'm sorry. Did you say Germany? Excuse me. Germany is just the American occupied part of Europe. Shout out Ramstein. Come on, who's kidding
Shout
you?
out Gladio.
You know, see, they cut up Germany into 4 parts. It's called Get Back Tartar. So, you know, if you need to write this down, get out your notebook. They cut up Germany into 4 parts, right? 1 part for the United States, 1 part for Russia, 1 part for the queers or the fags. What are they called? The French, right? And the other part for the British.
Yeah.
So, you know, fuck the fags and, you know, throw the British back on the other side of the kiddie pool. And that leaves 3/4 to the United States. But Russia's still holding on to their quarter. So, yeah, let's do what the Berlin airlift and is that it? Water.
I was gonna ask you, Jim, on the Odyssey stream.
That's it.
Yeah, drop
That's
that
it.
link. Thanks, Jim.
It was Waterville Arsenal.
Okay.
I knew it was something Waterville something.
Something weird.
See, I was close.
Yeah.
That's close. It's actually Waterville
Right.
Arsenal, dating back to.
Or if you're gay, it's probably like Ville or something.
1813, folks.
Wow.
Blammo. Getting you back harder.
Yeah.
1 howitzer at a time. 13 bang bang. Military occupational specialties. So y'all ready to look at some castles? Do a little bit of Frenchy housey stuff.
What?
Let me pull this out of my ass if I can. Or wait a second. This might be the same issue I had
Why
before.
do that when you have a script?
So Quattro Lingo. Right. Yeah. So, there it is, San Marino. Yeah. I also did a freestyle rap with Al B. Shore, Janet Jackson, 2 Chainz, and Kanye yesterday. But we cut Kanye
in Ohio.
Yeah, but we cut Kanye out.
Well, that's understandable.
Janet let me call her Demita Joe. We're cool like that now.
She's still married to that sheikh or sultan or whatever the fuck he is.
Is money still worth anything?
Yeah. I always figured she was the smartest of all the Jackson kids. And turns out I was right again. Yep.
So I've been talking up the San Marino and I just found the Quattro Lingo. Well, maybe we'll let the what do they call it? The audiences decide on that.
What?
Whether or not you want to get soaked at the very end with the Quattro Lingo soak. So there you go. It features quinceañera, but it's 9.5 minutes. Yeah, it's 9.5 minutes. No.
That's
excessive.
That would be considered excessive in most formats, but of course we don't give a shit. So
Oh, well, see, San Marino is better. It's 922. What the fuck? Oh, because it's got the old version in the front, and then I just stuck the new version on the ass end of it when I made the video the first time.
gotcha.
So I could
That was
just
clever.
do it up to the yeah, because you can do that now. It's not
Yeah.
like using a VCR tape. We're in the future time now.
That's
I
right.
forgot.
Everything works perfectly.
So let's get up here to
Although it is nice that I haven't gotten any notifications that we're dropping like 50% of the frames for no fucking reason. I
Yeah.
consider that a win.
Oh, you just jinxed it. You shouldn't have said that out loud.
But I'm saying it for specific reasons.
Okay.
It's called tempting fate. I don't know if you've noticed, Yona. I do that quite a bit.
And
kinda-
Drizzle looked above his
Like my
head,
signature.
and there dangling upon the tiniest horsehair's thread, the sword of Damocles, and he just kept flicking it. Just flicking it with a finger. Cling.
How many licks does it take to get to the center?
Wow, that's a really, really strong piece of horsehair. I feel very comfortable in this throne right now. I'm just saying, it's like a lazy boy.
Honestly, I do. I blame
Up on the
Tootsie Roll
ottoman there,
Pops.
right at the Bosphorus.
Yeah. It's one of my earliest memories of childhood is how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop.
Blam.
And
Keep
from
blinking.
then on, it was game on. Oh, nice. So this is not the mix that we played last night on the potluck. But this is the other mix,
this is
right?
like the last 1.5 or the last 2 seconds of what was played last night. So we're basically picking up from last night
Nice.
and moving from the original to the yeah. I'm fucking baked. Oh, let's go full screen.
There you go.
And now you can actually see it. You know? All right, here we go. French house music. Cover banger. Being over. San Marino on the right. Let's go there. All those tiny canals wind cross through the car. I'm being over. Sunrise at dawn. Love, infinity, and beyond. Cross through the car. Sunrise at dawn. Digest. I can't last. I'm so marching fast. Mountain gets steeper. Winds get stronger. Heart gets stronger. Hold up, hold. Notch at notch. corner. Back over the next hill, cross the Rubicon. Lean over. Alright. New tail plays. New trail plays. No more lies to play. Only the sun to bathe. Just let God lay on the rocks and gravel in the way. Cross the Rubicon. I'm being over. The sun rises at the dawn. Love, infinity, and beyond. Truth beyond comprehension. Whole after whole. Notch after notch. Love, infinity, and beyond. Truth beyond comprehension. Round the corner. Back over the next hill, cross the Rubicon. Lean over. New tail plays. New trail plays. No more lies to play. Only the sun to bathe. Just let God lay on the rock and gravel in the way. Cross the Rubicon. I'm being over. The sun rises at the dawn. Love, infinity, and beyond. Truth beyond comprehension. Honesty's no invention. I've been a new dimension. No gaslight attention. Love, infinity, and beyond. Blam.
That's gorgeous. I had to look up where this was. So it's on the eastern side of northern Italy.
By
Not-
the Adriatic.
Yeah,
up near
not
Venice.
too far from the Adriatic.
Uh-huh.
It's basically like if you take a line from Rome and draw it straight north, eventually you'll hit San Marino.
San Marino,
There it is,
and
right
then you
there.
go just beyond San Marino, and you have to cross the Rubicon to head over into Veneto, which is, Venice. Because, just like when I initially played that song on the piano and I had the mic hooked up, I just freestyled the lyrics, and the main thought in my head was like I was thinking about on the map.
Hmm.
Where is the Rubicon? Well, Rubicon's in between San Marino and Venice. So, and then I just pretty much went with it from there. Because then when I started thinking in my mind of San Marino, I thought, man, that's a steep fucking mountain, Mount, and the castle and all the towers are there on the very top of the mountain, which is Mount Titiano, of course.
Hmm.
And that's the more you know about San Marino. And fun fact for you mass transit uh, fiends out there, rail buffs like the Yona. Um, in fact, there was a rail line connecting. Well, now is it Rimini up to San Marino town on top of the mountain, and it had tunnels and trestles and switch horseshoe bends and stuff to get it all the way up there.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oof.
but
Wow.
as Mussolini's forces were collapsing, Great Britain, there at the very end of World War II, found it necessary, just for good measure, just for good show, to bomb the trestles and a couple of the tunnels,
No, that's
taking it
what you
out of
do.
service.
Yeah.
A service that was never restored to. But fortunately, there is a good story. There's a happy ending here, folks. 4 years later, they built a 4-lane road going up it. Fucking
Oh, well, it's fine then.
there you go.
Everybody's fine. They'll be fine. Everybody can stop crying now.
I'm not sure the name of the other end of the line right now. I'm just too fried. I
Hmm.
can't believe I'm even functioning mentally at this point. It's a miracle. Oh, my Lord.
Especially after 75 episodes. You figure at some point we'd run out of shit to talk about, but thank God there's the internet.
Well, for me, the grandest mystery to ever solve
Yeah.
has always been when it comes to personal relationships and subterfuge. Whether it's like business, personal relationship, getting fucked over by a business partner.
Hmm.
That normally does not include lube. Normally,
Typically not.
whereas intimate personal relationships often liberal amounts of lubrication. Um,
Hmm.
Nonetheless, again with the subterfuge side, it becomes a grand jigsaw puzzle. A grand, yeah, it's a jigsaw puzzle, and sometimes it might take years. It ends up taking up its own spot on this special table
Hmm.
until finally, oh, you got the whole edge done. Now you're starting to fill in toward the middle, and then bloop, and you fill the whole thing, and you finally can stand out, and you're like, oh, I see, I get it now.
Hmm.
I wasn't crazy, and the problem isn't me. Key takeaway: be true to yourself.
Hmm.
Integrity. It's a top quality.
Well, I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to do it for you? In my experience, nobody.
There is
Nobody
a
is
master
going to believe
class.
in you if you don't believe in yourself. That's just how it works. People can tell. That's the thing. Again, I don't know how many times I've said it before or how many times I'll have to say it afterwards. Biggest lie my parents told me is there are no monsters in the world. That is categorically untrue. There are people walking around on this planet who do nothing but prey on other humans.
Yeah,
We call them sociopaths.
right?
And you encounter them in all walks of life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of the systems that we live under currently, that were developed in the 20th century and a little bit before, there's a lot more of them than what there probably should be naturally. Contributes to a lot of the interpersonal problems that people end up having in their lives. I would suspect
Yeah.
having a higher than natural percentage of the population being either full blown sociopathic or borderline.
This is the weird part about it, though. The punchline of the joke, so to speak. I finally get all the pieces. I finally put the puzzle together. And I've done bought super glue and everything and cardboard. I'm going to glue it, and mount it, frame it.
Frame that bitch.
Took me so long to get all this put together. And I got done doing it. And I'm like, it's like telenovela type, just boring. Like, I mean, it would be like if I put up a collage on the wall of like Teeny Bop or
Right.
something, like It's a raging battle of stupidity. And
That's a
that's
good
the thing
description.
about it. You can't ascribe logic and principles to
No, because none of that
com-
comes into play.
when you're dealing with raging competing stupidities. And so uh, that's that's all I've really witnessed is an absolute raging conflict of competing stupidities. To
Mm.
me, AI is average ignorance.
Mm.
Nothing special or intelligent about it. Intelligence initially was, literally meant like just a very key component of data scraping.
Depends on the context that the word's being used in. Intelligence has multiple definitions.
But of course, data and datum and everything like that, um, just the whole way that reality is now misperceived
Mm.
through the black mirrors,
Well, correct,
the, the,
because
the
we're
digital interface.
almost to the fully mediated reality
Hmm.
that McLuhan warned about. We're almost there. We got less than 5 years to go.
The best part of all is it's almost reached the point to where you're able to completely dehumanize whole sectors of the population just in time for the evening news. And
Mm-hmm.
you've already got your pom poms ready.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, folks. I think we just made it up to our. Wow, it's only 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that was just the first hour. Why, you
Wow.
winded? You need a break?
Might need to smoke some more weed.
Probably. You probably should. I would actually recommend that the audience do that as well.
Uh,
It's the best way to enjoy Get Fact Harder.
you remember the Family Circle cartoons where it would have the little dashed line
I
where the
do.
guys
I
stand?
do. I remember. I also remember how fucking retarded they were.
I was just trying to imagine if I were to do a point plot of everywhere I've been in the last. Let's go back to.
No, that's what I'm saying. How far you want to go back?
Mm, we're going way back before October 7th. Let me go back to before I was partying with Ryan Christian and all those weirdos there. Let's see. That was June of 23.
Right. Stay on that mic.
I just had to burp, and I was going to burp away from the mic, but it's okay.
It's
Um,
there's only 2 people listening, Yona. It doesn't matter.
so we'll go back to January 23.
All right.
I'm not sure why though. What's going on, Bill and Ted? What's the phone booth doing here?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't know.
You were tracing
Um,
points on a map.
right, the door dashing and the Ubering.
Gotcha.
That's right. That's when that clicked in. We're gigging on the economy side.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and
This is the bridge to get us to the new economy. All
if
this bullshit
I
that's going
were
on
to
right now.
do a point plot of everywhere the Yona went from January of 2023 until April of 2025. So roughly 27 months, give or take. Although actually about 24 months, because you got to think I was off the road for a total of about 3 months because of
Right.
vehicles being broke down or
Right.
wrecked or yeah. So basically, in a 24-month period, where did I go? Um, and it's man, I god damn it, all over the fucking place, and I've got the pictures to prove it.
No.
And then
I mean, shit, you were
biggest,
door dashing all
longest,
across the nation.
yeah, and then the biggest, longest part of it, like doing door dashes in Amarillo and Pueblo.
Yeah. If look, in a different world, we could have actually made that like a big social media phenomenon type of thing.
Right.
Yona, the national door dasher, you know, have you showing up just like all over the fucking place, delivering to like famous podcasters while they're on the air and shit. Oh, we could have had a lot of fun with that. Unfortunately, we're in COVID land, so we do get fact harder. Or maybe fortunately we're in COVID land. Maybe that's how we should look at it.
Man, I'm so baked. I was thinking about throwing up that um what is it, 2 Chain birthday remix, but I'm just not really feeling that. It's Juneteenth and we're all free and there's no more
Yeah.
slavery and you just do whatever you want. Mm. There's also I think we talked about the buildup in the Pacific. Uh,
Mm. Well, I mean, from what I understand, there's movement towards both sides, going into the Middle East and also going into the Pacific.
you think there's any chance that we could see this like no kings protest? I say that term loosely.
No.
Um, where it could like just because there's already been different uh random let me dust that off again.
Right.
Spontaneous protests popping up all over the country. And I thought, ooh, I wonder if it's gonna go like all Zuccotti Park, Occupy Wall Street type stuff. Or is it really gonna
No.
but
They're not
no,
going to allow that shit
no,
anymore.
no,
That's
I don't think
over.
no.
No,
I used to have to
why
go
do
to
you think
camp.
they militarized DC? You think
Yeah,
anybody's going to try to do that shit in DC now? Nope.
you know, I used to joke about like Gloria Supreme, Sniffer in Chief, and that North Korean feel to the inauguration of the, or I'm sorry, that did I say inauguration? I meant installation of the Biden Harris regime, and then we were
Yeah.
all supposed to just believe that he was running the country. But thank God Trump's back in office because he's definitely running the country. Ooga, and the clown noise intensify. Like it just, what is this? Celebrity Apprentice season 18 now? Like it just
Apparently. Apparently.
money, 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 money. And it just God, it's such a clown show. It's like bald bill, like black and white, like
It
just
is, but
fail.
at least look, I'll say this for them. At least this regime knows how to put on a production. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that they're pulling it off to the highest level that they're capable of, but at least they know what they're doing when it comes to things like crafting narrative and trying to set the
difference is
stage.
Trump makes it entertaining.
He does.
But
That is the main difference. Well, the
that's
main
what the
difference
squirting
is
flour and the big floppy shoes and the nose, and I mean that's part of the shtick that.
correct. Correct. Whereas with Biden, it was always inadvertent, allegedly. right? Like the humorous part of it.
Yeah.
Like the bald chin Biden and Stretch and, getting handled by the Easter Bunny. And I mean, the list goes on. Look, the Joe Biden presidency was an endless comic gold mine. And they knew that. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they did it.
Yeah. But I mean, you go back to Reagan. Reagan had fucking Alzheimer's when he took office. He was already
Depending
halfway
on
out
who
to
you
lunch.
listen
I
to,
mean,
yeah.
you listen to some of the interviews of Pierre Trudeau, father of, well, father of baby Fidel, Justin or Jisden Turdhole or whatever
The
his name
man
is.
that raised Justin Trudeau, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Uh,
would go so far as to call him father.
let's see. I think. Oh,
What?
right. There is this other thing that I made with John Trudell where it took me off and on about 2.5 weeks to make the song because, it all stemmed from me getting MRIs and CTs of my neck. And then
Right.
my friends were like, well, you should start a GoFundMe. So I started a GoFundMe. And then when I did that, I was like, well, I've got all these different MRI noises downloaded. Let me see if I can't make a song with it. And of course, then when I went to go through the different MRI noises, they're all a different tempo and all a
Of
different pitch. And
course.
god damn. Um, and so it just took forever to get everything lined up and tuned up between, oh my god, is it like 62 different stems? There's 62 different stems in this fucking song. Um, ridiculous. Uh,
Wow. That does seem a little bit excessive.
but that's because, each and every MRI noise is a separate stem.
Yeah.
And because, for anybody that's ever had to lay down on the MRI bench and get wheeled in that thing, and then it makes all these noises and beeps and, you
Hmm.
um, let's see here.
Does it sound does it sound like a Kraftwerk album?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. This
I
is,
would probably enjoy it then, is what I'm thinking. Because I don't get like claustrophobic or anything like that. Or at least I haven't up to this point in my life.
well, what was wild was, when they told me that it was gonna take a long time, like, they said, "You're gonna be in there, like, 25 minutes." So,
That's what they consider a long time.
yeah, well, it actually ended up being almost a full 30 minutes, but she's like, "You're gonna be in there at least 25 minutes," is I remember what she said, and, like, the one I rolled into, like, it's, like, right up on my shoulders, and I fucked up there at the end and opened my eyes and saw that it's,
Oh.
like, about 4 inches away from my nose, and then
Oh
I look
wow.
up and down, and it's like I'm inside a fucking coffin, like, "Whoa." But up until the point I fucked up and opened my eyes, I just went straight up to the mountain, and, like, the whole time in my mind, I was just slowly climbing the mountain.
Hmm.
So, then when I went to make the video, I was like, "Well, I just need to find, like, a drone of going up the mountain." And then I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if they got that for Mount Everest." And so here you
Oh
go.
jeez.
You can't
Oh
get a
wow.
taller mountain than that. I mean, fuck.
No, but apparently you can't get to the summit anymore, unfortunately. For a
Well,
while.
you're gonna reach climax tonight with the High Yona because we get back harder. Blam.
Okay, so we're going to do your scan now. So the piece of equipment that has to go over the front. Okay, and it's got a mirror on it so that you can see the TV behind you. Don't worry, Daddy's still there. Okay, so can you see the TV? Good. Gonna move you in now. Nothing's gonna touch you. Really, really still. That's it. Really still there.
It was your cousin's idea.
Okay, bedtime.
Live from the 304. Live from the 304.
One time, I was visiting with my relatives. The clouds, the mountains, the sky, the trees. My relatives touched my spirit, nudged it lovingly. Listen to us, impatient one. We are forever. You must remember the gentleness of time. You are struggling to be who you are. You say you want to learn the old ways. Struggling to learn when all you must do is remember. Remember the people. Remember sky and earth. Remember the people have always struggled to live in harmony, in peace. Struggle against selfishness and weakness so the people may live as nations. The old ways are hard. The people have always had to work together. Remember, impatient one. Remember and live. Do not be afraid of truth. Respect, discipline, share your life so the people may live. Honor sky and earth. Honor yourself. Honor your relations. Remember, impatient one, the gentleness of time. Grandmother Moon, you are more than light in the night. You are more than the moon. You are spirit connection. Your energy is our life. You are memories to generations past. You are the creator of sensations that will always last. You are the knowledge, the teacher, the influence to keep the people sane. You are a healer for spirit pain. Grandmother Moon, we love you. And we are angry at the invaders who trash you and violate our universe with their mechanical uncleanliness. We pray for you, for us, and for the invader who just can't comprehend respect, love, or the balance of life. We do not join the invading madness. From the way they act, it speaks of spirit sadness. Machine money progress is the cause of our common abuse. We see you, grandmother. We feel you. We love you. We know through your reality, we will endure. We are one. We pray for you. We pray too. Grandfathers whispering in the wind. Rejoice at the life you are a part of. Natural energy bound to natural laws. You will survive this temporary madness imposed upon you. Natural life is longer than oppressors' illusionary insanity. Spirits experience human deeds but need not end. This is just one place of changes. Spirit life is forever if you want. The universe is your home. You can survive here. Do not let them kill you. Keep your spirit strong. For distant stars and distant drums are the memories of spirit infancy. Children of earth, let the spirit live so you can grow in your place in the universe.
made it to the top, folks.
Wow. Damn, that's got to be an amazing view.
Yeah. Talk about being on top of the world.
I mean, that is what they call it, right? The roof of the world.
That's it.
Yeah. That would be the top of the steel cage.
Folks, we made
Imagine
it.
dropping an elbow from all the way up there.
And, I'm just really awestruck by the fact that there's now been several moments in my life where I've literally just hollered and wailed lamentation to the skies
Hmm.
and thought, how much worse can it get? And then just right at that moment when my spirit is about to break, I smoke more of the weeds and blam, tears from heaven.
Hmm.
Like it literally gets to the point that God shakes his head and says, damn, you know,
Damn, son, what you gone done now?
damn. And that's when I realized each pair of eyeballs walking around on two legs, they don't necessarily see human life and companionship as really having any intrinsic or extrinsic value because it's not me.
Hmm.
It's other things.
Hmm. Well, now you're getting into the human condition.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we have enough broadcast hours to be able to cover that sufficiently. I mean,
But
we've touched on it from time to time.
it is telling the choice of words when never possessive a pronoun employed, rather
Hmm.
articulating with article usage.
Hmm.
It's
That's
not
why
my,
syntax is always a dead giveaway.
it's not my, it's not your, it's not our, it's the, it's a, it's an.
Right.
Everything is very cold, calculating.
Clinical.
There are telltale signs of serial deception.
Correct. And once you encounter them enough times, you begin to uncover that pattern. And once you uncover that pattern, that's where you unlock one of the secret powers of the game, because once you can spot that pattern, you see it immediately. It no longer continues to baffle and to torture you throughout the course of your life. You understand what you're looking at when you encounter it. Sometimes you have to make sure that what you're seeing is what you're actually seeing, but once you know the patterns and what to look for, you can spot it right away.
I thought that in guilt, I was just putting my dick in pussies and harvesting these poor women for children.
Hmm.
Little did I realize the tables were flipped.
Hmm?
And in fact, I was harvested for children. It's a lucrative enterprise. There's fiduciary things involved, but
Right.
you know, it's like a universal basic income.
We might be getting ahead of the script there. I don't know if we want to touch on that just yet. Nothing's official yet, so
Is it 11:30 yet? Oh, we're ahead of schedule.
it's a little bit ahead of schedule. Yeah. They haven't gotten all the stablecoin legislation ironed out yet, so it's a little early to be talking about universal basic income. But we'll get there. I promise you, we'll get there, ladies and gentlemen. One way or another.
This is the thing about it, when it all comes charging your way
Mm-hmm.
and you totally put on the pose and you sell it perfectly and last minute dash to the left, duck away, and they just go flying over the cliff or right into a wall. Yeah. And that's what we're seeing.
Hmm.
More and more dumber shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the shallow and superficial side of things. It's just also bizarre to me. The lure of the screen,
Mm.
the lure of the image. I so yearn for just letting my eyes fill with sunlight and trees. It's very weird being all cooped up and off the road because at least when I was on the road like a bumblebee all across the map, stopping and getting cane to make pipe and going to rock houses and climbing up on mounds, playing pianos,
Right.
dragging in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, dragging it all back, paying all these bills, paying off these credit cards. And just somehow, some way, there's always been just enough money to cover it from this tax refund check to that check to this big haul to that big haul, and then just kind of, and then, and now all of a sudden it's just like, I feel like God Himself took over my chess match
Hmm.
and sat me the fuck down, took me off the road,
Hmm.
put me in the house with kids pretty much permanently, at least for the unforeseeable future. And now, like, all these things are happening all around me
Mm-hmm.
at the point at which in my life I have the least power to affect any change. I can't drive anywhere, can't really walk anywhere, don't really have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but I do have
Mm-hmm.
a window to throw it out of. Speaking
Yeah,
of
you
which,
do have a window. I can get you a pot
there is a
if that's what you're worried about.
GoFundMe, and if I need, let's see, what is the name of the GoFundMe? It's something DJ High Yona, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Uh,
I just say, get me that stuff. I can put it all up on the website.
support DJ High Yona's family needs donations. So if I just copy the top, that's my manage page.
Mm-hmm.
I need the link. Uh, so where's that? Where do I find that?
Well, it would be in
Oh,
your
oh,
browser
see.
address bar, right?
Right, but I mean, in my top bar, I'm under manage and this other page. Like, I just need the.
Oh,
Let me
you're
find.
into the management section of it. You just need
Yeah,
the URL.
yeah.
Is it on GoFundMe?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Let's see. Your
And what was
fundraise.
the name of it again?
Ah, here it is. Um, support DJ High Yona's family needs. Um, and it goes back. Fuck it. I'll just copy that and throw it in there. Let's do that. Let's throw it over
There it
here.
is.
land. Maybe that'll work. Um, but anyways,
Oh, there you go. Oh,
biggest issue.
that's still your through the manage portal. I don't think you actually want to put that out to people.
Oh well, I already shared it in the chat, so I guess there's
That's all right.
that.
I can get rid of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, nuke it.
And the
Then.
great thing is nobody's watching, so nobody saw it. So no harm, no
Awesome.
foul.
No foul.
I have the public one right here.
Ooh,
I just
share
got it pulled up.
fundraiser.
So I'll drop that in Rumble, and I'll drop that in Odyssey, and I'll drop
Copy
that
link.
in Kick, because those are the 3 live stream
Oh,
chats
there it-
that
oh,
I'm
you already got
monitoring
it.
at the moment.
Blam. He's on it, folks. All right. Well, there you
I've
go.
worked
And
with this stuff a time or two before.
primary cash issue is with buying diapers because off and on got
Babies shit a lot. I don't know if you knew that, Yona.
well. Now imagine 5 buttholes.
I'd rather not. One was enough.
5
Seriously, one
buttholes
was enough.
pooping nonstop. Wondering, oh cruel world, what vicious path we face. Anyways, Lord help us all. What are you gonna do?
I mean, you could be. Think about this, Yona. You could be. You could be a member of the King family. You could be the matter of fact. You could be the youngest child of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Just a horrible, absolutely horrible life that that poor young girl had to go through. But here's the good news. This is the silver lining, Yona. It all paid off because now she's part owner of a bank in Colorado.
Blammo. Or as we like to call it, California.
Hmm.
Ask anybody that lives there now. Just like
Camirado.
Texafornia. God.
Yeah.
Or
I saw-
Travis County. If you're looking on the Texas County map there. Travis County, Texas. Anyway.
I saw that Colorado is looking to outlaw vegetable gardens.
Right.
Yeah. Not just for personal, growing food on property that you own, but also apparently industrial. They're like,
Why?
yeah, we don't want any of that agriculture here in Colorado anymore, so we're going to pass a law. That was a few weeks ago. I'm honestly surprised more people haven't been talking about it.
I hadn't heard of that amazing innovation.
Yep.
I think we're going to need more Brondo for the crops. Because if that's the standard, if we can't grow
here's the great
vegetable
thing.
crops,
They don't
we
have
can
to worry.
definitely grow Brondo crops. That's not regulated.
Right. Well,
And it's got electrolytes.
You don't have to worry about supplies anymore at that point. You're not going to need that sickle anymore if you're not growing shit.
Nope.
That's another savings right there.
Oof.
Colorado's got all this shit figured out.
If I was going to put on my conspiracy hat and start tying string between different pin dots on the wall, all the chicken houses, meat houses, meat packing factories, Tyson chicken factories, strawberry fields, tomato fields, and if I take the sum view of the last few years, it just seems like a constant attack on many different fronts against the domestic U.S. food production system.
Yeah.
On purpose. But the good news is, if we get into a wartime economy, we already know we already have a solution for the problem of the breakdown of national food distribution. That's rations. Be rational anyway.
No,
Use
that'd be
logic.
fun.
And that's how you get your carbon credits, which are compatible with your CBDC because,
Well, yeah, because the ration system would now be set up digitally because it'd be linked to your digital ID.
yeah,
Yeah.
just use your card.
Huh. Well, I mean, that's pretty much how food chain reaction went, right? By the end
Best
of
part
it,
of
we
all
had
is,
the social credit score, and everybody was connected.
with your avatar and your cameras and your headphones or speakers or what have you, you can always be rest assured you're going to have the best, almost in real life experience of humanity.
I don't even know about that.
And you don't really have to worry about the moments with real humans because there's always the screen.
Well, the screen's always there
Yeah.
to deliver what you think you want, or at least that's what they've tricked people into believing.
And that's when I realized I'm old. I'm from a different generation. I'm over 50 years old now. I'm very much technically over the fucking hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I know by going back to when I began working as a draftsman and a chain carrier and a line marker, swinging my machete, 1981, 2 years before BM number two came about. Um, I'm not talking about poop. That would be baby mama number two.
I gotcha. Damn, you're going at it young.
But wait, what? Huh?
Hmm? You said you were old. I'll
Yeah. Oh,
remind you, I'm
right.
still
And
older than you.
but like I started working pretty much full time
Hmm.
2 years before she was born. Well, a year and a half before she was born.
You
Because
must have known she was coming.
there's like
It's like, God damn, got to make that money now.
8 year difference, I guess. Or
Wow.
wait, 8.5, maybe. Yeah, eight and a half years difference in age.
I would say that's significant.
Turns out it is.
Hmm? I mean, that that was always my experience, being with someone where there was that large of a gap in age. Like, it wasn't an everyday thing that you would notice, but it was often enough that it was noticeable. It's like, wow, they haven't figured that out yet. If they were younger, or even if they were older, it's like, God damn, you're how many years older than me? You haven't figured that out yet?
Yeah. And that's why you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can lead some to thought, but you can't make them think. They have to figure it out for themselves. And so they get back harder. They fuck around. They, they find out,
For
literally.
75 episodes now.
To find out more, fuck around. The key takeaway is, once again, be true to yourself.
Hmm?
Integrity. It's certified.
I still think at the end of the day, it's all that you have.
Yeah. I've put my name on so many things,
Hmm.
but I have more than one name. a smorgasbord of pseudonyms and nom de plumes
Mm-hmm.
and DJ handles and honorifics and epithets.
What is in a name, though? What is the importance of a name?
Well, that's why I'm just going to stick with DJ High Yona from this point out. It If I learned anything from going to Pueblo and back,
Mm-hmm.
following the Donald Trump highway, um, that would be that I think it was somewhere around through Los Animas when it really started to kick in, and then I forgot what I was talking about, but because we were smoking a lot of weed,
Yeah.
but it made sense at the time. Wait, what was I talking about? See, I forgot already.
I don't know.
Check
You
the script.
you see, because I was thinking you mentioned the Donald Trump highway, and I'm like, people probably don't believe us
Oh,
when we say that. I
it
don't
came
think we
back to
ever.
me.
Yeah.
The neck tattoo, and then it clicked. Keep it ratchet.
Oh, I don't think we ever got a picture of that. Like, how many? I only ever remember seeing the one sign for the Donald Trump highway. I don't remember seeing another sign anywhere.
I guess, you know, eventually the camouflage paint wears off. Even the war paint wears off. And I feel like that's where we're at
Hmm.
with whether you call it no king protest or the end of the writ of habeas corpus and Magna Carta law of 1215 AD,
Hmm.
military going on ice raids, tens of thousands of deportations with no hearings, just all kinds of fun stuff going on, and so much distraction back and forth between just the most blatant and obvious Mossad Hasbro pouring through all of the different social media feeds
Hmm.
and a very well calculated divide being plowed through the MAGA as we speak, like a
Right at
snow
the
plow.
exact same time. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
so
it's masterful orchestration. It really is.
I think we've got enough cover to now at least sell several narratives because that's all it really takes. So long as you've got enough to fill a couple of cameras, you
Mhm,
can AI the rest and phone it in at this point.
pretty much.
Um,
I mean,
you just
shit. How long has the media been using recovered footage for their breaking news? Oh, it turns out this is actually a video from like 10 years ago.
but at that point, the war paint will be faded. The true colors will shine through, and the
We'll
total and
see.
complete totalitarian nature, the military unelected rule itself, will then be barren and exposed for all, at which point all of the plans that were made will go to shit. Because, I mean, you don't think Marie Antoinette and Louis the 16th had a backup plan. They always have backup plan, and
Well,
and
I
then
don't
things
think
go to
their
shit.
backup plan worked,
No, it,
unfortunately.
it never does.
No.
Because again, it's the innovation of stupid.
Well, the other thing too, like with I love the for many reasons I love the French Revolution, right? It's not just because of all the bloodshed, although that's a plus, definitely. Um Even when you get deep into that, you begin to understand that it was not a naturally occurring phenomenon. It was itself manipulated by individuals behind the scenes looking to gain political power in the nation of France, one of the
Well,
most
yeah,
powerful nations in the Western world at that time.
you go
So
from
even the French Revolution, it was not legitimate.
you go from the tennis court oaths to Danton, and um, you know,
No, it
of
was
course,
all
it's
it was
it's told
Robespierre and
in
his
very
crew.
broad strokes, but Maximilien Robespierre and Georges Danton, and uh, this whole thing that stemmed from that clay tennis court, led to the Reine Terror, the reign of terror, using what they call the national blade razor, the
Yes.
national razor,
Yes.
at the Place de la Concorde, which is where they got the Louvre Museum these days. And so, check out the art. And
Oh,
it's cool
actually,
because
you can't do that for a while. They're closing
there were
down.
so many beheadings at the Place de la Concorde that the engineers, masons, no doubt, um, actually engineered special curbing and curb drains in the square leading into the street curbing to help facilitate the faster flow of
Right.
the blood
Right.
into the street, keep the sidewalk passable.
Right. They get
Nice.
that from the Aztecs.
Nice. I think so.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
Sounds about
Um,
right. I don't know. I don't see the American people doing anything about anything that's going on. There was a while ago that I added the One Nation Under Control sticker
yeah.
to the thumbnail. I don't know how many weeks it's been at this point, but my opinion has not changed since then.
Yeah,
It's
it kind of
still
feels
one
like,
nation fully under control.
dare I say, it feels like a driverless nation.
Yeah.
There you go.
We've been automated. Most people didn't even realize it was happening.
And now my three oldest in the house, they cling to their tablets
Oh, yeah.
and watch their shows on their little tablet screens, holding it with each hand.
Yep.
And the little boys, they still stare up at the wall, gazing at the shadows on the wall, listening to Miss Rachel sing her song.
Hmm.
And there's just not really anywhere. I mean, we can play outside when it stops raining and it dries out, but it's kind of a swamp whenever it rains and then for the day after,
Hmm.
which they love because they get to then stomp in the mud,
Right.
the super kids. But
Which George Carlin says is probably good for them. Just go swim in the sewage. You'll be fine.
I have no doubt in my ability for resilience at this point. But I'm an old and gray adult.
Hmm.
What gives my heart such sorrow and pause at this point is to look into those 10 little eyes and wonder what La Via Nova holds for us,
Hmm.
the new way. Because I cannot imagine any other life other than a life staked to truth. Vitam impenderebero. I mean, the truth is all that I have. And even when I'm just fucking around and making parody songs, I mean, I pooped on myself. That whole song is true. You know,
Man.
Biden did get a rock hard boner when he's sniffing kids. his daughter-in-law Hallie was sucking both of his sons' dicks, and his son was a crackhead, and he was president. I mean, it's all
That's
true,
right.
including the fart noise part. Um, without truth, there is no way. You're just lost, lost, and that's lost and distracted, and that's all I see now. It's just lost and distracted and easily led and misled and
Mm.
just more and more shallow
You need to get away from those communities, is what you need to do.
superficiality.
Yeah, you need to get away from those communities. I know exactly what you're looking at. You need to get away from those people. They
Oh yeah.
are they're energy vampires and they will suck you dry.
Well, look at me. I'm pretty much skin and bone. Blood fucking dry.
I've been Dude, I've been having a blast in 2025. I don't know what the rest of the world is doing, but I have been having the time of my life. There is nothing else that I would rather be doing than this
I
right
guess
now.
in a way for me, it's kind of been like a vacation.
Mhm.
Dare I say, a very, very hard fought, well earned vacation.
Mm.
Considering I've been working almost nonstop since 1981, other than times being thrown in jail
Right.
for bounce checks, for child support, for always for money, pay or stay,
Right.
or DUI or possession of marijuana. I don't know why they would think I had weed. Um, and, all of a sudden, I've had all this time to get all my fucking music together, get albums put out, finish all my puzzles, and then just lean back and sit from my chair and behold at the amazing power of God and all that surrounds. It's really something to behold. But, it's only because that I can see now there is such a divine logic to all of this. And in such that there are things that last forever. There are legacies that continue and ripple generation after
Mhm.
generation. And then there's all the rest that are just the anonymous chaff. Just drop and blow to the wind.
Mhm.
And it's gone. The future is the kids, Whitney Houston.
I
It's
think she
supposed to
knew
be
that.
it's supposed to be about the kids.
Well, it
But
is about the kids. I always hear the politicians talking about the kids. We gotta do this for the children.
when government when daddy government when government is daddy,
Mhm.
I guess all the adults are kids. And so now you got kids raising kids. Does
Pretty
that make sense?
much.
Yeah.
Been that way for, I don't know, 40 years, 50 years, something like that.
Yeah.
That brings us to 2025. Here we are. Time to externalize a little harder. That's the part I'm waiting for.
It's just the most amazing part, really, for me, is watching all of the moves being played and the effort put into the game, and then constantly this deus machina, this ex deus machina shit keeps happening where it's like, whoa, that was a strange plot twist. We got a fucking hand stretching down from heaven again, and just whoa, like on the Monty Python Flying Circus,
right?
You know, I think that's what it's called, the Deus Machina. You know, it's like, oh, how are we going to tie up the story? How are we going to finish up this episode?
Yeah,
flying hand of God,
yeah.
straight out of the clouds. Rearrange things. There we go.
It never fails. Yeah, it's like how the good guys always win in the end. That's how things work in this universe. Why would you even question it?
Well, you fuck around, you find out. You either pay it forward or you end up falling back in it. Anyways. And go from what seemed like dog shit in the tread to shit up to your nose. Now, there you go. And the shit just gets deeper. Mountain gets steeper. Winds get stronger. Hearts get longer. Villanova, here we are, folks. Blam! Right. Finish line.
Yeah, one thing that I always try to remind myself.
Did we cover Ukraine?
Why?
Yep, we just did. All right, cool. We're done.
They've been getting their ass handed to them, from what I understand. So that might not even be a component for much longer. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I got a sneaking suspicion Koki Smurf is getting real agitated that he's not getting the attention he's used to.
For those that are do something. Keeping close track of the Yona production going up on the interwebs there, you may have noticed I have a video that features Andorra, and I have a video that features Monaco, and video that features Luxembourg. You know, I've hit all the micronations. Now even San Marino.
That's right.
So that only leaves one left, and we all know which one that is. Yona's favorite micronation, nestled between the border of Switzerland and Austria. Ah, that's right. Liechtenstein. Good old Liechtenstein.
Yeah, I heard that's how you like to get down.
Yep.
But that's for another episode, because unfortunately we're out of time. So say goodnight, Gracie.
Watch it all again.
We'll be back tomorrow night at the usual time, folks. Again, as far as I know, as long as nobody sets off any nukes between now and then. Kudos to Streamlabs for figuring out whatever the fuck their problem's been for the last 2 days.
Good job, guys.
We were uninterrupted this evening. We're going to cross our fingers that continues. Good night, everybody.